Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is the chef's life, the chef's indulgence. Chefs are known to be very unfit, unhealthy people. Most of us anyway. There are some very healthy and fit chefs out there. But for the most part, a lot of chefs partake in the food that they eat. And the food that we eat is the food that we've been taught to cook in culinary school. It's a food that we want people to indulge in and taste, and the flavors and the richness, and that keeps coming them back, that makes them come back for more. And then of course to pair it with wine and whiskey and craft beer. It's a nutritional disaster. It's a health disaster. And if you're a chef that's getting caught up in this, you're doing detrimental things to your body. I see a lot of chefs that are just like, people say to me, "Oh, Marcus, you're a skinny chef. There's not many skinny chefs out there. You shouldn't trust a skinny cook." Now, that's the old saying. It's a joke. They make jokes to me. In reality, the food that most restaurateurs, that most chefs cook, is just downright killing us. And that I was killing people before I realized. And is my food extremely healthy now? It's not extremely healthy. It's healthier than most places. We don't use butter. We don't have a deep fat fryer. We don't use white flour. We don't overuse sugar. In fact, we use more unrefined sugars like coconut palm sap and maple syrup and brown rice syrup as opposed to white sugar. But there's just so many things going wrong in our food supply. And as a chefs, we're taught, you want to make your food taste good. You want to pair it up with wine. And I got to tell you, if you're a chef living that life, you're going to suffer the health consequences. I was. 14 years ago, I was way overweight. And over the year, I lost, 50 pounds back then. And I gained the weight back slowly over the years. I go up and down, because it's so easy to get pulled back in and caught back in there. Of course, I've been a vegetarian for years. I do taste meat. It's my job. I have to know how meat tastes. I don't mind the taste of meat. I love lamb chops. I love brisket. There's certain things that I like, but I know that's not good for my body, especially on a regular basis, on a daily basis, whether it's grass-fed or not. It's not good for me, and I understand. I can do that food mood body correlation, the health correlation. I understand when I eat better foods, I feel better. I can produce better. I need less sleep. I'm more productive. So I totally understand it, because I've done many diets over the years, and I've experimented many times with different foods, and I know that I feel best on an all plant-based, mostly raw diet. I need far less sleep. Well, however, as a chef, we just get caught up with all this, and I see a lot of chefs, that are just alcoholics. They just sit there and they drink at their restaurant, they drink at their bar. They'll start drinking in the morning. And it's just, as a chef, it's so easy to get wrapped up in that, and I can see that because, believe me, I love getting a good buzz. I love drinking a couple of beers. I love having a nice couple IPAs and getting buzzed and not having to worry about work. That's a beautiful thing, but I don't do that. I don't indulge in that. So tips, if you're a chef, to be healthy. First of all, I eat an unlimited caloric diet a day. I'm a carbivore. I eat tons of carbs. I keep my fat at a very low level. I keep my protein at a low level. Not very, very low, but I keep it at a low level, which is enough protein. About 10% protein, about 10% fat. I don't use added fats in my diet at all. If something has added fats, I make sure that it's just really like very, very low. But I don't cook things in oil for myself. When something gets cooked, I say, use the smallest amount of oil. Don't use any oil if you don't have to. I don't want the oil in it. So no added oils. I eat lots of fruits, lots and lots of fruits. I do eat some starches, lots of starches like beans and grains, but fruits are first. If I partake in alcohol, I'm the kind of person now that just needs just one glass, a half a glass. My wife poured a glass of wine last night, and I said, I'll share the glass. Why get my own glass? I'll share it with you. I had like 3 sips of this Sauvignon Blanc that I love, but that was enough. It satisfied my palate. It satisfied my cravings, my taste. Just 3 sips, and that was it. I mean, do I need 3 glasses? I really don't. And I used to just say, okay, I'll have the 3 glasses because it tastes good, but not anymore. So 80% carbohydrates, mostly fruit in my diet. No added fats. My protein is about 10% of plant-based protein. I don't partake in the alcohol. I do like alcohol, but I really, really limit it. And the key to your alcohol consumption is, if you're craving alcohol, the more good, high-quality carbohydrates you eat, the less alcohol you're going to crave. It's that simple. As soon as I increased the high-quality carbohydrates, my alcohol cravings went away. That was it. Simple as that. They went away. They were gone. So last night I had a whole cantaloupe for dinner, and I tasted some Sauvignon Blanc, and that was it. If I would have had, you know, a high protein dish or something, I wouldn't have satisfied that sweet tooth, the cravings, the glucose that your body runs on, and I would have looked at it in something else, and I would have saw the glass of wine there, and I would have got a hold of that, and my palate would have known, my body would have known, hey, this is sweet, and this is what you want to grab onto and levitate to. I make sure I eat a lot of food. I make sure I just eat. If you're eating the right food, you can eat unlimited calories because your body knows how to process it. Okay, but then your body knows what to do with a banana. Your body doesn't know what to do with margarine, sugar, white flour, white pasta, things like that. Your body doesn't know those are processed foods. So the more you can eat of natural foods, the more foods you can eat. It's as simple as that. You know, your body knows how to burn that. It knows how to burn it effectively. So there's days I eat 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. Whether I'm running or not, I eat that much. And the healthier I started eating, the more I wanted to run and the more energy I had. If you follow me, I just did my first 51-mile run. I was just over a mile short of a double marathon. And I could have kept going, but I hit the finish line of the race I was doing and was like, okay, we're done now. Why run another mile? But 51 miles. So I was never an athlete as a kid. I was never an athlete as a young adult. But the more high quality foods I ate, the more I felt athletic, the more I felt I could do things, and the clearer my mind was. So really, a word of advice to chefs, you know, you're killing your guests, you're killing your customers with most of the food you're cooking. So you as a chef can't just eat the food that's in your restaurant all day, in your kitchen all day. I mean, it's an extreme detriment. I mean, we don't have real food to begin with, and now all of a sudden, you know, you're throwing all these chemicals, you're throwing all these stabilizers, you're throwing all this processed food, and it's not real food, and you just keep eating that, and it takes its detriment. Now people say, oh, your metabolism slows down when you're older. The reality of the fact is you just bombard yourself over decades with bad food, and it's going to catch up with you no matter what age. It's going to catch up with you, whether you're 35, 45, 55, 65. You don't have to be obese to be unhealthy. You don't have to be obese to have a stroke, to have a heart attack, to have blockages in your arteries. You don't have to be obese. People think that, oh, well, I'm skinny, so I'm healthy. You know, I get my blood work done all the time. I want to make sure that I'm on top of it. I've had issues in my blood work, but I want to correct them. I want to make sure that they're in line. So what I do is I get my blood work and I take it to a different opinion. I get my doctor's opinion on my blood work, and then I take this to somebody else who I really trust, who gives me a different view on my blood work. So I can really have two different opinions. People say, oh, get a second opinion, get a second opinion. No, you always want a different opinion when it comes to getting a medical opinion. The second opinion could be the same as the first opinion, right? It could be totally the same opinion. Two different doctors giving you the same opinion. But if you get a different opinion, then you have now a choice to say, well, I have a choice to make this way or this way. So always get a different opinion, not a second opinion, a different opinion. So, you know, my advice to young chefs getting into this field, you know, really just honor the environment, honor the vitality of yourself, honor the food you're cooking, and respect the food you're cooking and respect the environment. There's a direct correlation between healthy environment and healthy body. If food takes more to process, it taxes the environment, it taxes our body. So healthy food, healthy body, healthy environment. It all goes together. It's one big circle. So really as a chef, it's our responsibility to honor Mother Nature and to honor all of this. So, you know, as a chef, you know, I feel it's your right to do this. So I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my videos, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, and definitely pass it on. And chef's indulgence, you know, it can be very deadly. It can be very, very deadly.
Right, I can't stop it tonight. This epidemic, I'm trying to fight. Blood pressure's rising now. It's in the danger zone. Somebody help me, I'm about to go terminal. It's an epidemic, all the clinic.